we gonna keep kayfabe and gloss over the fact that I'm doing job now, or
What? No! Oh, no. Blake has job. Blake is job man now. And Blake has to wake up in, let's see, 6 hours. Start the show! Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time. It's time for a load. And I'm talking about that good late night load. A load of BS. That's right, a load of BS. The greatest show on the planet featuring the two best 10 men of all time. And I'm talking about he, the B to the L-A-K-E. That's right, it's Blake, the sleepy boy, Tanner.
And the last time I saw this man was before he went back to Florida and lost a little bit more of his soul, Scottye Moore.
In case you're wondering how much Florida's seeping in, I've recorded 2 other shows tonight, and all 3 of, this one included, all 3 of them I have done in a unicorn onesie while trying to maintain some semblance of professionalism. Just like, it's fine, they won't notice, it's from MeUndies, it's for a sponsorship gig.
I give up any sense of professionalism when I come into this place. It just makes it easier.
Mm-hmm. Well, no.
The podcast zone, of course, I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, you need to have a little bit more decorum about yourself, Blake Tanner, because you are now an ordained priest.
Who did you ordain us to again?
Central fucking United Methodist Catholic Universal Life Church, which is the one that everyone goes to online. Yeah, well, to give people a little bit of the backstory, I'm getting married. I am engaged now.
Oh, I forgot we didn't announce that, did we?
Yeah, we haven't announced that yet. I am an engaged boy, so I was like, it'd be funny if Blake married us. I wonder, does he have to be the one to ordain himself? No. As long as you got an email address, you can ordain whoever the fuck you want. So, Blake Tanner, you're now an ordained priest.
Scottye, I thought you would have found this out a long, long time ago during our freshman year of college, many years ago.
Well, no, hold on.
You and us and a few other people tried to sign one of our friends up for the KKK.
Oh, well...
And all you needed was their email and $150.
I was fixed to say, it's harder to get into the Klan than it is to become an ordained priest. You had to pay for that to become a priest. I just had to type in a few your name, and boom, you're there. Now,
I think we ended up ordaining somebody in that same session when we found out the KKK was going to be too hard.
We're like, this is too expensive. Let's just ordain someone. I will say, you got ordained on the same day I did, because I got an email earlier that day that just said, congratulations, it's your 8th year anniversary of being ordained. And all I could think was like, I shouldn't be. Like, y'all should revoke this at some point, right? Like, keep tabs on your priests you've got out there. But no, they're letting me be priest.
So, we can both marry you.
Yeah, we can both marry each other. Fuck yes, dude. That's all I've ever wanted was to marry you.
Wait,
what?
What?
Wait, nothing. I realized something, and I feel like this is probably the closest we get to being genuine us. And I feel like that involves, like, opening up. And I just want to say, I realized something in my Florida trip. And Blake Tanner, I'll become a family man. Blake A. Tanner, I'm no longer the old man you know me as. I'm a family man now.
Were you you were the one planning the trip, weren't you?
What? Wait, what are you talking about?
You're the dad that's planning everything out.
Well, yes, I am, but
okay, we're gonna go here and here and here. I mean, you already did that, but...
Oh, yeah. No. The reason why I'm saying I'm a family man is because, like, at Disney World, I'm usually able to be there. This is sounding sad. I'm usually able to go to Disney World alone and be fine, go through my day, have a fun time on the rides, be able to spend time on my own. This time I was just sitting around like, I wish my baby was here. My baby and my baby baby. I wish I had all my people with me, which is never a thought I've had. Like, I've gone full dad, I think. It's scary.
Well, you finally hit that place.
Yeah.
I can't follow you anywhere past this point, buddy. I'm sorry.
Well, no. Here's the thing, and I think we talked about on the show the moment my dad activated, and it was during that dumbass 4K sonogram. Because, like, there was a moment when we went back where they were just like, it looks like her cord's wrapped around her neck, but don't worry, she'll wind herself out of that. Fuck that. That was enough for me to be like, no, no, you can't just tell me that, random lady in a house by the lake. You can't just leave me alone. Violence in movies and sex and
I'm sorry, that was a very nice story you were telling.
Yeah, and so I went full on dad of just like, no, my baby needs to be protected. And then every time she jabbed the baby, like, turn over, I'm like, my baby don't want her picture taken. Stopped. And like, it okay.
Just when you say jab, I imagine just like, hold on, I gotta stab this tiny fetus.
Stab the child. And then it all came to a head was when I saw Rivers of Light at fucking Animal Kingdom, and there's like a video of a mama cub, or a mama like collecting her cub and like collecting them, and I was like, that's me collecting all my cubs together to build a baby. That's how cubs work, right? You just put them together like Voltron until they make a baby.
That'd be a big fucking baby, dude.
That's a big baby. That's how it works. You keep taking other babies and slap them together until they become a full... Are you not a bunch of babies in a trench coat? Because I am.
Somebody has made that horror movie, haven't they?
Yeah. No, but I know what I'm pitching next week. The 4 baby in a trench coat horror film.
Well, 4 babies make the arms and legs. A bunch of babies make the torso. You're probably just going to have to blender them up.
Oh, Blake, no.
And then there's head baby.
The head baby.
Which is just a baby with a very large head.
No, here's what it is. It starts with a baby who was supposed to be triplets. Eats her other 2 siblings in the womb. Comes out jacked, keeps eating. It's a baby that eats babies. Keeps eating babies, and it grows for sustenance until you have a mega baby that towers over New York City like Gojira.
Isn't that the plot to the second Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie?
Honey, I Ate the Kids.
No, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid because it ate other kids.
I thought you were going to say that this was the 3rd fucking Baby Geniuses film. Consume all babies.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah.
We make the best baby genius because it's all the baby geniuses.
Yeah, we're all geniuses now. I have a weird question, and I don't know how to segue into it normally. Have you ever been to a club?
I've been to the Quest before.
Okay, so yes, you have been, because I was
technically.
Because like once you become a family man, a family guy, you're like, oh, I'm leaving all this stuff behind me. Did I miss anything? And I'm like, well, what can I do now? I probably can't go to clubs anymore. Were clubs awesome? Blake Tanner, your opinion. Clubs. Huh?
Oh, the Quest. And I'm going to say some things about it. Because I know a lot of people who go there and frequent it. And it is one of the, like...
top clubs in Birmingham.
It is not that. It is definitely one of the most well-known, specifically, like, gay clubs in town that we go to. Yeah, the Quest specifically, but, like, a bunch of people go there, so...
Were there people fake fucking up against that big-ass mirror they got when you went, too? Because I got very uncomfortable.
That did happen, yes. And other people that I know that have gone there in the past before can corroborate the fact that it's nasty.
It's real. I don't remember it. It's kind of just like a haze of like lights and mirrors and people fake fucking, and then at one point I sat on a couch and someone sat in my lap and I felt like a real cool guy that night.
Yeah, that was, what was the other place that I've been to? It was somewhere else. I can't remember the name of it, but that was the experience that I had. It was a little too loud and a little too anxiety inducing.
Did you get on the dance floor and do a little bump and grind?
No.
Oh, I did. And are you prepared for how immature and childish your best friend is?
Would you be surprised if I said yes?
So, I'm as the great artist once said, ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I'm on the dance floor dancing.
No, wait, which one said that?
Coolio P. Diddy R. Kelly the Third.
Wrong, Fidel Castro. Good guess.
All of my Cubans gather round to hear my voice. Ain't nothing wrong with little bump and grind. But, and I'm sorry that my camera's not working for you to see this, but they're in front, there's not a lot of, when you're an awkward person, putting the hands on is real weird if it's someone you're not, like, romantically involved with. So you kind of just have someone backing up into you so your hands are free.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize. I just started doing wrestler poses. So, like, I'm behind her doing, like, the DX crotch chop. I'm doing the Hulk Hogan. Can you hear me over there? Hear me over there, flex? I am going full pro wrestler in this club. And so, judging by the look on your face, I'm going to say, whatever you were prepared for, you weren't prepared for that.
No, I was.
You're like, I've heard stories.
Is it bad that the only time that I can recall, like, doing something like that, it was during, like,
wait,
a party full of people that I knew?
Are you saying bump and grinding or doing pro wrestling poses behind a woman?
No, definitely the bumping and grinding. Never got around to the pro wrestling moves.
Yeah. Well, I assumed it was with someone you were romantically linked with, so.
Oh, no, it was just theater department buds.
I know you mean
most of whom were ladies, but there were some times where Drunk Blake didn't judge.
Drunk Blake will bump and grind whatever comes near Drunk Blake. It doesn't matter. It's like a magnet. It just goes to where it wants. You know how magnets do? There's no rules that define them.
Fucking magnets.
How do they work, though?
Nope.
You know that treasure, you know what? We've never talked about that. Isn't that such a funny saying that happened once in music?
Oh, you mean the insane clown posts.
The insane clown post. I mean, I feel like that's a vein of comedy that no one's ever really dug into is juggalos. Should we do that?
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
I thought it's not juggalos.
I thought it was jugelos.
Jugelos. No, that's how Fidel Castro said it when he addressed his Cuban nationalists. Hello, my jugelos. Come to me, my children. And always remember, ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. So says I, Fidel Castro. There's a famous poster with Castro on it, isn't there? Because I'm definitely going to make a parody of it with your face. That just says, ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind underneath it.
I mean, I think that you're thinking of Che Guevara.
I am thinking of Choose like the opposite of Fidel Castro.
He was, yes. He's the guy that, like, the Daniel Bryan shirts were made for.
Yeah, yes, okay. So, should we do the actual podcast now? because we've done some BS, we've done some bullshit BS, but now it's time for some brainstorming BS. And Blake, you're first to the table this week. What's your idea? What are we gonna create? What's the magic that we're gonna sell to Hollywood so we never have to do this show again?
So, Scotty, you know that the last time you and I were like recording together,
Yeah.
you remember what that was, right? Disregarding the Fight Boys we just recorded
Yes.
tonight. Uh-huh. And you know what that thing was, right?
Oh, are you talking about? Oh no, are
The
you
long thing. And I realized that, like, we've talked about this movie for a while now in the BS, and I don't think it's time to leave it.
Yes. This is. May I spoil what it is?
Oh, yes, if you can guess what it is.
It is. I'm going to assume it's the film that we watched for the latest episode of You Paid for This for our Patreon patrons, and it's Nothing But Trouble, the garbage dookie film you forced me to watch a second time in my life. Blake, I only have a finite number of minutes on this world. You've now forced me to use 4 hours of them on Nothing But Trouble, if not more, counting all the times in the Buck Wild movie tournament we talked about it.
Scotty, I have made it my mission in life to force you to see this movie a noticeable percentage point of your life.
No! I'd much rather do that with another... Oh, wait, should we... We'll talk about it after this, but should we bring up the thing that happened with the other film that I've watched a noticeable percentage of in my life? Or should we wait and see if anything happens from it?
Let's wait.
Let's wait. Okay, so just so everyone at home knows, there may be a super secret project that's buck fucking wild if it happens. But for now, Nothing But Trouble.
What I'm getting to is Nothing But Trouble, and specifically the end of Nothing But Trouble, Scotty, because at the end of Nothing But Trouble, and spoilers for that wonderful experience, the town of Vulcanvania falls into the literal pits of hell.
Right.
Because of the burning coal fires under it. And it seems that the judge and his granddaughter, yes,
Yeah, I think she is.
need to find a new home, and they bring up Chevy Chase's driver's license. And Scotty, we only get to see the reaction to that moment from Chevy Chase. We don't get to see what happens in the rest of the story.
Okay, I believe you. Are you talking about the moment where Chevy leaves a Chevy Chase-shaped hole in the wall as he runs out? Now, Blake,
Yes.
I'd like to point something out to you.
Uh-huh.
And it's the fact that, if you'll remember in the film, Chevy has to take an elevator up about 9 flights. Chevy Chase is fucking dead at the end of this film because he jumps out of a ninth story floor apartment through a hole he makes himself.
See, Scotty, that's where you miss it. That's where you miss the supreme, fascinating ability of Judge Lord Falkenheiser.
Okay.
I think that's his name.
Yes.
Because we open up Nothing But Trouble 2 40 fucking years later.
What? Wait, what?
Well, okay, we'll have to, like, digitally youngify Chevy Chase. And Dan Aykroyd. No, wait, we won't.
Yeah, no,
we
you
can just
won't.
have Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, you're just gonna have Dan Aykroyd, and I don't think you need to make Chevy Chase younger either, because it's 40... Wait, are you saying it comes out 40 years later, or it takes place 40 years later?
Oh, no, it'll come out 40 years later. But it should take place scant moments after the Chevy Chase-sized hole appears in the wall.
Okay.
Because Chevy Chase, he falls out of the building. And we open up on him just like leaving that hole in the wall and him falling. And he is caught by an automated mattress robot on spider legs that is piloted by his father-in-law, Judge Falkenheiser.
I thought there were 2 directions. One direction was that he was going to be caught by his wife, the judge's granddaughter.
No. One Direction is the musical guest in this movie.
Okay, option 2 is that he's falling, and then all of a sudden, there goes my hero. Watch him as he falls. And then he just soars off into the sky, and Chevy Chase has superpowers in this one. Nothing But Trouble 2, Chevy Chase has superpowers in this one.
Oh, although going off of him flying away, that could just be how we get rid of Chevy Chase for the movie.
I really like that you didn't want to kill him off, but you're willing to make him a superhero.
I'd rather not kill anyone else in this movie series. A lot of people have died, Scottye.
Okay. So...
although, some things that I want...
Yes.
And really the only thing that I want is, for Mr. Bone Stripper to have survived and gained some sort of sentience.
Okay.
To where it lives on top of Chevy Chase's, like, penthouse apartment.
Oh, I was gonna say he lives in the penthouse apartment, and he's just a real bad... He's a bad roommate.
Well, that's because his, like, cool guitar riffs are playing constantly.
24/7. The closer you get to him, the more you hear it. Okay, so we've got Chevy Chase, who has, I'm gonna say, basic Superman superpowers. And his roommate is Mr. Bone Stripper. What's the judge and Also, what the fuck is Demi Moore doing in this?
Oh, no, she leaves him very early on in the movie because it's very obvious that they cannot have a relationship together because Chevy Chase is still a horrible person.
Can I suggest who she leaves him for?
Okay.
Well, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna have to get you to stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image of the style that you used to. Humpty Hump, who lives next door, it's now a sitcom at this point, lives across, and he steals Demi Moore. Also, Hologram Tupac is there.
Hologram Tupac!
Humpty Hump and Hologram Tupac are kind of like the Joey and Chandler of the affair. Demi Moore is Monica because obviously, and
yep.
Mr. Bone Stripper is Ross.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So the entirety of the series focuses on Mr. Bone Stripper's problems and how Mr. Bone Stripper's a horrible, horrible individual.
He's such a terrible human being.
But he's a... Oh, fuck, but he is an archaeologist because he's Mr. Bone Stripper.
Exactly! Okay, so wait, if we've got those three, who's our Rachel and who's our Chandler? Or who's our Rachel and who's our Phoebe? Can I be honest?
Phoebe's the granddaughter, right?
Oh, I was gonna say the judge is a total Phoebe. He's just so goofy all the time. And he plays music at the cafe on his piano!
Okay, I can see that. I'm down with that.
He's just like, oh, smelly cat, why do you smell? Like, he's down there jamming.
Smelly cat, I'm gonna feed you to Mr. Bone Stripper.
We're gonna take you over to Mr. Bone. If no one's seen this film, this segment is buck wild to them.
Oh, shit. What's gonna happen to Bobo and Lil Devil?
Bobo and Lil Devil are kind of the, Okay, we're about to switch franchises.
Yeah. Do you remember when... Wait, hold on. In Friends, do you remember when they had the monkey?
Oh, yeah.
That's Bobo and Lil Devil.
Oh, I was gonna say the monkey was Chevy Chase. And swapping things out a little bit, Bobo and Lil Devil actually start their spin-off series, The Sweet Life of Bobo and Lil Devil, where they live in a hotel.
Oh, they live in the ground floor of the same apartment that Chevy Chase lives in.
But they call it The Sweet Life.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's kind of the
Bobo and Devil's Sweet Life.
Yeah, that's the show more for like the kids. That's our Disney Channel original. Is The Sweet Life of Bobo and Lil Devil. Meanwhile, the Friends version, Nothing But Trouble 2, Still Troublin'. That's our adult sitcom for the grown-ups to enjoy.
Mm-hmm. So what's our main like incident that we're trying to solve in this?
Before we get into that, can I just say we may have just stumbled on a genius fucking marketing ploy? of having two separate shows in the same universe for adults and children, and as the children grow up, they start watching the adult show. This is the smartest fucking idea of all time. And, like, the parents will watch the kids' show to get more info on their shit. This is great. Anyways, Chevy Chase, it's kind of like... The plot of it is, what's that new James Gunn film where it's Superman but he's evil? That's what Chevy Chase is in this.
Chevy Chase is just evil Superman.
He's evil Superman, and
he's Chevy Chase Black, if you want to go Dragon Ball Z.
And the Friends crew have to stop him. And how do they do that? There's a lot of mixed concepts in this. I think if anyone has to be the hero to Chevy Chase's villain, has to be Mr. Bone Stripper, right?
Oh, it definitely does. Mr. Bone Stripper actually has this grudge against Chevy Chase since, if you remember in the film, Chevy did not get bone strippered.
Yeah. He could actually think that Chevy is the one who broke him. Or we could just change it and say Chevy's the one who broke him.
Yeah. I think he is, though.
Yeah, he is. He's the one who breaks Mr. Bone Stripper. And for that, Mr. Bone Stripper has always had a vengeance upon him.
I'm gonna fuck him up now.
Uh-huh. So, what's Mr. Bone Stripper's... What's his sentient form, I guess is the best way I could describe that. Is it just a mech?
Oh, no, it's the big mouth.
Wait, what if? Follow me on this. Mr. Bone Stripper was a beautiful prince that got turned into a bone stripper. And with the true love's kiss of Demi Moore, he gets turned back into a superpowered human. And the human's ability is to strip bones.
I don't think he should be a superpowered human. I think he should just be a giant, like, crocodile man.
It's just like, wait, hold on. Maybe there's, like, two parts to the spell. Kisses him again. No, he's just a crocodile man, I guess.
And then she's like, fine, I can love him for who he is.
Exactly. And it's like Chevy Chase, this is what happens.
Oh, and really quick, Bone Stripper and Demi Moore have to have the best fucking chemistry in the world.
Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. So they're all having a party. Like, the judge has moved in. Where was the judge in all this? Oh, yeah, the judge is Phoebe. The judge and everyone have moved in.
Yep. And I mean, for the most part, for this series, he's just gonna be, like, taking over the city of New York.
Yeah. But
because that's what he does.
One night, Chevy decides to throw a party to try to be like, well, let's not be too hasty. Maybe they're cool now. So he throws a party, everyone gets really drunk, and in her drunkenness, Demi Moore kisses Mr. Bone Stripper, turning him into a horrible alligator man. And then...
now,
yeah.
I think we are missing the point that Chevy Chase is technically, like, legally married to the judge's granddaughter.
Yeah, but Demi Moore and Chevy do kiss at the end of the film, so he has no credence for that marriage. He does not care about that marriage.
Okay.
So that's it. And in fact, hold on, since I'm now saying Demi Moore has to kiss Mr. Bone Stripper, the granddaughter leaves him for Humpty Hump. That's who Humpty Hump gets.
That's fine.
And so he gets turned into an alligator. Boy, when I had to go back to that plot point, I was like, what the fuck are we doing? So Demi Moore drunkenly kisses Mr. Bone Stripper, turning him back into an alligator man. And he's trying to hide his shame from her. Because now, this is when he becomes, like, full-on sentient of, like, oh no, she can see me, I'm so embarrassed. And she's, like, sad.
Oh my god. Look at all these bones I've stripped.
I can't believe it. Chevy Chase walks in on them. What the fuck's going on? Chevy storms out in a rage. And now Chevy, who still has Superman powers, as we've discovered, goes on a tirade and... oh, I like this idea. Starts out thinking that he's the good guy because he's stopping the judge from taking over New York City. But the judge, since this is like early 90s NYC, the judge is actually pulling some fucking Rudy Giuliani bullshit and making New York City safe for kids to hang out in. And so...
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so Chevy stops him, but then goes on a tirade of his own to try to turn New York to the New York that he once knew, where you could just smoke cigars in taxi cabs all you want. And that's,
yeah, buddy.
That's when Mr. Bone Stripper has to jump into action and fight his mortal enemy, Chevy Chase. And that's the new Friends reboot coming to Netflix. How do you feel about it?
Nothing but Friends.
Nothing but... Yes! That's the name! Nothing but Friends! With the theme song sung by the judge. Well, guess no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Oh.
He plays it on his organ.
Oh, God. And the judge is, like, he goes from being the main antagonist of the movie to, like, this comedy relief character that he was supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He turns into Steve Urkel.
Yeah. Did I do that? Pulling up his fucking suspenders.
Oh, I fucked that one up.
Oh, I guess I did that. So, hold on. If we could just recap. Humpty Hump and all of Digital Underground live next to them. They all, and also his wife. Then we've got a bedroom that's just for Mr. Bone Stripper, a bedroom that's for Demi Moore and Chevy, and then a bedroom for the judge. Am I missing anything? Have we got the plot pretty straight?
No, I think that's pretty good.
Okay, and also Chevy Chase has superpowers and Mr. Bone Stripper becomes a crocodile man when you kiss him at midnight. Anyways,
yep.
Blake, would you like to go beg for money after that?
No.
Well, too bad, because I see a shill station coming up soon.
Ding ding.
So Blake Tanner, here's the thing, buddy. I just found out that I found the novelization of Nothing But Trouble, but oh no, what's happened? My glasses have fallen on the ground and broken. It's like the Twilight Zone all over again.
Oh no, buddy, that's God helping you.
But wait, what's this? This mystical thing I found? It's a website that'll read it to me. And it's called Audible.com. That's right, Audible.com is the website that gives you access to over 130,000 audiobooks delivered straight to your phone. My books are on there. Queasel Corp Risen, BS versus the Gods. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you use our code, if you use audibletrial.com/BS network, you get a free 30-day trial of that. You get a free copy of an audiobook. You can get one of mine. You can help us out doubly that way, ladies and gentlemen. If you just donate at audibletrial.com/BS network, that's audible.com/BS network. What? Oh, they fixed my glasses too. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
But Blake Tanner, what if people want to help support us, but in a more tangible way?
Oh, then you can just give us fucking money.
Bitch.
Bitch, at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. Just give us that fucking money.
That's right. It gives you...
You click the orange button that says become a patron, and
then you do it. You just do
it. I hit the microphone a little bit.
Blake was so intense. He was like, do it. I'm going to destroy my microphone if you don't. But of course, in addition to that, you get access to our Discord. You get access to me and Blake doing commentary for Nothing But Trouble on our show. You paid for this. And then, of course, you get shouted out on the show of your choice every single week, like the Patreon saints themselves, Deborah Moore and Scott Moore. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And then, of course, Blake, if they want to support elsewhere, they can always just pick them up some BS merch online at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. We try to keep in like a rotation of cool shirts for you to choose from for a load of BS. Fight Boys, Opposite Attractions, they all got merch over there, and it's super fucking soft cotton. They're amazing t-shirts. And then, of course, what else have they got, Blake?
You know what we don't try to cycle out, Scottye, and that's our great drink containing wear, glasses. drink glasses.
We
The
got
ones that you
cups.
put the drink in. We got cups.
Specifically, the BS Boozy Sippy Cup.
Yep. It's listed as like wine cup or some stupid bullshit under the misc section.
I think I changed it.
Oh, yeah, you did. There it is.
Yep.
$20. Boozy sippy cup. It's great.
Yep, that's what
Insulated.
Blake drinks all of his alcohol out of. Every last drop of it. He never washes it. The alcohol sanitizes it for him.
Not true.
But for now,
But almost.
But now, Blake Tanner, we had to take a week off because I was in Orlando doing stuff at a podcasting convention that I won't name because I may shit talk them a little bit. Hope nobody who was there is listening. But the real problem I was noticing is I was seeing all of these podcasts and they were all basically the same thing. And it was a business podcast for an entrepreneur that had a bad website that looked skeezy as hell, asking you to spend $5,000 so they'll tell you how to write a book. And
Oh, no, that's called a scam.
yeah, that's kind of what it felt like a lot of the weekend, and I wasn't a fan of it. In fact, at one point, I did buy tickets to... Actually, I won't say what I bought tickets to because it is also my thing that's awesome this week, but I did buy tickets to something and promptly left. But all these people were making money, Blake. They were making a shit ton of money. That's why I'm thinking, buddy, we get in on this business podcasting CEO bullshit. We just bring on some people. It doesn't matter if it's a successful business. We just bring on some CEOs and talk to them about their show. So,
Oh, okay.
well,
What would your first CEO you want to bring on be?
well, no, that's what I was going to say. I think we need some practice for interviewing CEOs. And I guess I'll go first. I will, but like, if you'd like to embody a CEO of your choice, whoever you want it to be, whether it's a real person or a man you just made up, what should the show be called first? I was thinking like a load of BS-ness, like business, but BS-ness.
Maybe that. Maybe just business boys.
Maybe Cash Cucks.
Cash Cucks is a good one if you want to go for a certain audience. Yes.
Well, no, that's what it is the fact that since we're not the CEOs, we're watching the people make money. We're cash cucks. We get off on watching other people make money.
Oh, I see. That sounds good.
Yeah, that's a good name for a program.
I'll go with you on that one.
All right, well, Blake Tanner, I guess you're no longer Blake Tanner. Welcome to the first episode of Cash Cucks, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Scottye Moore. This is a show about getting off while you make the money. And this week, it's an absolutely astounding week because I'm joined by one of the top CEOs in his business. I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Come on, it's alright, buddy. Oh, yeah, let me tell you something. Oh, I'm about to pass a good time with you boys tonight. My name is, Cletus Yarbrin, CEO of Boudin Inc.
Was that Boudin?
Boudin.
Sorry, firstly, I'm not sure if you're from Chicago or Louisiana.
A little bit of both.
Louisiana.
Let me tell you something, little boy.
Well, you said you were the...
You ever eaten Boudin?
Have I ever eaten booty? What was that?
Boudin, come on.
Alright.
Come on.
What? I'm sorry, what was your name again? There's just a lot to take in right now.
Nah, you call me Charles.
Okay, Charles. And you're the owner and proprietor of Boudin Inc.
We make Boudin.
Now, what is Boudin?
Boudin.
I'm sorry, Boudin? What is Boudin?
It's, you ever had sausage?
I don't know why that's such an uncomfortable sentence to hear coming from that voice, but yes, Charles, I have had sausage.
It's sausage.
Okay. So wait, you said you were like the top CEO in your field, but if it's just sausage you're making, I don't.
I own it all.
Okay. Wait, you own all the sausage companies, Mr. Charles.
It's all boudin.
All boot.
Just in different names, boy.
All right. Well, we here at Cash Cucks, we like to
Boudin balls, boudin blanc,
boudin.
boudin noir, boudin rouge.
Did you just say boudin noir?
Yes.
Is that your cologne? I did hear you're coming out with a cologne.
No, it's just like boudin is black as night.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
It's you take the blood in the sausage and you just darken it.
So what? We like to look at the story behind the company. What led you to create Boudin Inc?
Well, you see, one day I was just walking down the street in Louisiana, my home, and I saw all these local boudin businessmen. And the boudin businessmen, well, they all got a little money for themselves. But I realized that they didn't have all the money for themselves. They were selling one of the greatest products ever known to man in the sausage world. And so I came to all of them. We all got together, all the boudin makers, all the different types of boudin, and we made a company.
Okay, so you saw a market that needed to be filled. You saw a need, and you filled it with sausage. Is that correct?
It was essentially a fi-do-do dance party between all of us boys.
Wait, what the? I hate to use profanity on Cash Cucks. What the fuck did you just say? I have 5 no-no?
No. Sir, it's called a fi-do-do. That is a dance party in the Cajun Creole tongue.
A 5 no-no? Okay. So you had a 5 no-no with the 550 band. And
Yeah, I'd say it's about 47 to 65 different local entrepreneurs.
okay, so you take their business and you take it to the rest of the world. So, I mean, what's your cut in the business there? How much do you take home?
Most of it.
Okay, so you're basically taking money out of these fine boudin people's pockets.
No, it's the payment for organizing everything, you see.
Okay. Well, it looks like our time on the show is unfortunately wrapping up for Cash Cucks. Would you, we always like to end the show with a question, and that is, to all the budding entrepreneurs out there, what advice could you give them?
I would say that as soon as you're starting out all your new businesses, you get out to all those people and you just say these immortal words, "Throw me something, mister," and they'll throw you something. They'll give you a little bit because they'll know that you there want something.
Oh, okay.
And you want to sell them something. You want them to enjoy your product, and they know that you got a product worth enjoying.
All right. That's cool.
Eat the booty.
Eat the booty. That's just... Okay. So would you like to take your turn at the wheel of Cash Cucks?
Oh yeah, definitely. Hold on, let me welcome to the stage. Hello, thank you so much for joining us today. Could you please introduce yourself for our fine public?
Hello, my name is Jerry. That's it. It's just Jerry.
Oh, hey Jerry, how's it going?
It's going, man. It's fine.
That's good. So Jerry, you are obviously a very successful entrepreneur. Could you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, man, it's just... it's real simple, man. It's just ASMR for bees. Bees got it hard nowadays, so we like to, they're dying out. We need to keep the bees around, and the bees are leaving into the world of death. And the way we keep
what inspired you to make ASMR for bees?
Well, dog, my man, let me tell you something. You ever kick a beehive?
No.
It ain't fun. And I was walking around with my dog Piddles one day, and Piddles walked up and started humping a beehive, and they all came out. And well, Piddles is gone now, but I thought, well, what if we could just relax these bees and get them to chill, man? That's what I'm all about, is chill. And if there's one thing that's the opposite of chill, it's bees.
So wait, do you mean this horrible experience made Piddles run away?
Yes, Piddles just ran away like all the bees are running away.
Oh. Do you think the bees are following Piddles?
That's what it is, dog. They're going after my dog. They're trying to sting Piddles up after he done ejaculated into a beehive.
Oh, dog, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I'm just trying to get them all to chill out with my product, Common Bee Juice. It's ASMR for bees.
Could you throw us a little free sample of that?
Okay, so check this shit out. Sometimes we could do it orally, we like to say, and that's kind of just like a zzz. And that's one of our luxury ones. That's a bee giving a haircut. And sometimes we'll do like a video, and that could be like a zzz. And that's a bee driving a race car, and it's just, it's all kinds of stuff like that. We offer live work with bees. We offer Reiki with bees, where you just like, you seek out the energy of a bee and you pluck it out. But since bees are so tiny, we have to use tongs, and also we have to tie them down because, once again, these are bees.
Now, this does bring up an interesting question. Since you began doing your fantastic, and I should say, like, really helpful to the populace at large, like, since you've been doing this journey into ASMR, how many times have you been stung?
Whoa, man, BSMR, that's what we should call it. That's a good-ass name. Too bad I've already patented literally everything about my business. Oh, well.
Yeah. It's alright. BSMR has actually been trademarked by BS Ltd.
Fair point, my dude. Well, let me tell you something. Here's the thing about a bee when it stings you. When a bee stings you, it dies. But the only way it'll die is if it disconnects its stinger. So you may hear that buzzing sound all around me during this interview, and that's because I have 75 live bees stinging into me at any point in the day, because I don't want them to break off that stinger and die. So I just let them stick out of me, and I'm hoping if I do enough, they'll let me fly up into the air like the house from Up.
Well, I can only hope that works. That's what you want, right?
Man, that's all I could ever ask for, is to have about I think I've calculated it'll take about 1,000 bees stinging into me, flapping their wings before they let me fly up into the air or high like a Jesus.
Okay, we'll let you. I think that's a very noble pursuit. How do you feel about the Bee Movie, starring Jerry Seinfeld?
Well, man, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people who have been trying to do what I've done, which is bring bees into the mainstream. The Honey Nut Cheerios bee, the Jerry Seinfeld bee, whose name escapes me, and, Bee Arthur. They all have been trying to bring bees into the mainstream, but no one's really done it since now. Now that with ASMR for bees, didn't want to steal your name there. With ASMR for bees, that's something that both you and your bee can enjoy. So both of y'all can sit down together and enjoy some ASMR for bees.
Oh, fantastic. Well, man, thank you so much for your time. I think we all have learned a little bit about bees today.
Listen to how calm you are already. Just a few minutes of my soothing bee voice. That's all it takes.
Yeah. That's really all that we need. And don't mistake me pressing this security button extremely frantically for
Mister, I have 50 bees in a bag right here. I was gonna donate them to you. This was not an assault.
It's alright. It's
This
alright.
was n-
I'm deathly allergic, thank
No,
you.
take them. Here's my bees. Take
I
them.
really, really
Take
don't.
the bees. Tanner, take the bees.
Scottye, help!
Whoa, dude, that was weird. What the fuck just... Why are there so many bees everywhere?
I'm officially
Oh,
need
no.
to go to the hospital.
Hold on, I've got an EpiPen inside a bow and arrow. Let me just... Okay. Oh my god. So yeah, I think we could probably do a good... I think we could do a good podcast.
You do?
Yeah, with those two first episodes of Cash Cucks, this is a win-win opportunity, I think. There's no way it could lose.
I think it might slightly infringe on the series that I wanted to do, Cuck Cab.
Cuck cab. Wait, is that where you just drive around a taxi cab and let people have sex in the back while you look in the rear view?
No. I have sex with couples that want to feel like they're being cucked.
Okay. Now, for me, no, wait. Damn it,
Yeah, I know, you're speechless.
we've used cuck so many times. I was like, cucking and jiving. No, we've used that one before. Kentucky Fried Kentucky Fried Chicken. Fairly sure we used that one before.
Jesus. Okay.
We've just cucked it up all over the world, man. Now, before we close out the show, I do want to propose a genuine idea for a show I came up with. And it's called... I don't know if I want to do it yet, because A, I don't have enough time to do it, and I don't know if it'd be better as a podcast or a YouTube video or what, but it's called In Defense Of, because I don't think anyone has the skill set that I do to defend things that everyone hates. And it would be a show basically breaking down, Nickelback's not that bad. Guy Fieri's fucking awesome. Creed, like, go through everything that, like, people have a genuine, like, not a dislike, but almost a comical dislike of, and just defend them for, like, 20 minutes or so.
I think that would be interesting, but you'd also be fucking with the memes.
Wait, shit, I just now realized Stand By Your Band is basically what I just described, but only for bands. So I'd have
That is also true.
So I'd have one video, Guy Fieri. That would be it. Just like, he made Chicken Guy. It's phenomenal. Don't worry about him. But for now...
Fair point.
But for now, Blake Tanner, I have to ask. We've talked about everything. We've made our new business show. But what was awesome this week? Or I guess these last 2 weeks for you? I mean, you're...
Coffee. Coffee's pretty awesome.
Coffee. Also, you're doing a new show, which has apparently had a lot of hiccups. So I understand why coffee has been your best friend.
Yep.
Have we discussed how you take your coffee? Which I don't feel like is anything, but still.
Scottye, I want you to look right behind your face. Do you see that color?
That pure blackness.
Yes, that all encasing like darkness. That is my coffee.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I am on the opposite side of the spectrum, and I swear to God, since I was at a conference with a bunch of uppity business people, I made this joke about 50 times. You know, sometimes I like to take a little coffee with my creamer. See you later, Jerry. And then I walked away. Man, I'm just a sweet baby mouth boy. It's all I'll take.
You are the absolute worst.
Nah, dude. You get that peppermint mocha frappe from fucking Starbucks, and I'm set for life. It's so good.
Scottye, you drink milk with extra brown.
Yeah. I was raised in the South, big man. It's like sweet tea for adults. That's all it is, big man. But as far as my end of the spectrum goes, I'm straight.
Hold on.
Yep.
Coffee has been great. I've been starting a pot every morning when I wake up, and it's just a very nice way to start the morning with that smell of coffee.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've had like buildup of things that's awesome because we've lasted 2 weeks. I mean, if you could think of another one while I give mine.
No, you have 4 minutes.
Well, one of them is absolutely the fact that I feel like a family man now, which I thought would be a bad feeling, but it feels really nice.
That's good.
In addition to that, when I went to I don't know if it's because the conference I went to was very underwhelming, but when I went to PodCon, they gave us a remote attendance thing that lets me go back and listen to other tracks. I learned a lot on my trip to Orlando. Not at the conference, but by listening to PodCon tracks that I missed. So that was another thing that was awesome this week. I started Breaking Bad, finally, because we're doing it for a future episode of Fun Fiction, and that's
great
awesome.
Series.
And then my final thing that's awesome this week is the thing that took me away from my conference. And that's fucking Captain Marvel. Yes, it's amazing. I understand where a lot of people online come from of like, it's not the best Marvel movie. I'll admit that. But it's still a Marvel movie, which is always like head and shoulders above the rest good. It's like being bad pizza. It's like, no, I'll still destroy it. It's still amazing, but...
Yeah. I think that that's an interesting thing that people say when they say something's not the best Marvel movie. It's like when the best Marvel movies are some of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
Like, what are you getting at? You can't say it's a bad movie because you know you literally can't.
But it's fan-fucking-tastic. Like, I will say the beginning, probably third to maybe half, starts off pretty slow-paced. But there's like a moment that happens halfway through where the film just kicks it into high gear. And one of the weirdest things I saw online were people who were like, Carol Danvers is, I don't know, she's kind of like a boring character. She didn't really play her that interesting. And I'm sitting here like, she's singing Kiss Me Deadly on karaoke, dressed in like 90s grunge rags. Fuck you. She's the best character of all time. I love her.
I mean, you could do your defense series starting with this bad boy. Damn.
Well, no, I don't think people... I think bad people like really hated Captain Marvel, so much so...
Yeah, but those are the ones that we hate.
Yeah, so much so that they reviewed the movie before it came out because they're terrible assholes.
Yes, also forcing us to realize, hey, IMDb, why was that an option?
Yeah, why was that I think it was Rotten Tomatoes. And they actually...
Rotten Tomatoes? Why?
They legit afterwards were like, hey, probably we shouldn't do this anymore. Like, yeah, no shit. But, like, none of the characters felt, like, boring or out of place. Like, even the bad guys were well fleshed. Actually, I will say the bad guy kind of phoned it in a little bit. But other than that, everyone else was fantastic in it. And I'm sorry I have to do another thing that was awesome, but it's something that we didn't do things that was awesome when this film originally came out. But Monday, before my flight, I had nothing to do. I was stuck in Orlando, and I noticed, Into the Spider-Verse is still playing in a cinema near me. And I just forgot how amazing Into the Spider-Verse is. It well deserved Best Animated Picture, and I'm honestly mad it didn't get nominated for Best Picture.
Yes, it is the best comic book movie ever.
Yes. I won't say my favorite superhero movie, but I think... I don't know if what you meant by that was two completely separate things from comic book movie and superhero movie. But yeah, as far as like a comic book adaptation, it was absolutely amazing. Definitely best animated.
It is watching what I imagine. It brought what I imagined comic books were to life.
Now, I will ask this. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse versus Spider-Man Homecoming. Which one do you like more?
I don't know how people feel about this, but I liked Into the Spider-Verse more.
See, with me, the first time through... I don't know if it was just because I hadn't seen it enough that I was like, I think I'm going to give Homecoming the edge. But no, this second watch through was enough for me to be like, no, this is an amazing-ass film. It's fantastic. It's... Because the one worry I had going into it was like, wow, how are they going to flesh out the 6 different Spider characters? And it's like, well, you don't have to. You flesh out
Yep.
Gwen, you flesh out Peter B. Parker, and Miles. The other three are joke characters who are there because they're awesome. That's why.
I'm sorry, is that what you expected when Spider-Man Noir was Nicolas Cage?
You mean my favorite performance in that film, Blake Tanner? I loved Nick Cage's Spider-Man Noir. Just because every line he said, especially near the end during the fight scenes where he started getting into, like, classic 1930s, like, yeah, see, and I'm going to give him one of these, and we're going to bust him up over here. I lost my shit in the theater. It was me and only one other person because this movie came out, like, 3 months ago. But I still was like, I'm going to go see it again.
It was good.
Yeah, it's just that good, and the soundtrack is... the soundtrack is like perfect gym music. There's no way it's not perfect gym music.
Yep.
But for now, Blake Tanner, it's been an episode. Where could people find you upon the internet, sire?
In my other awesome thing this week, my bed.
I'm gonna be there in a few minutes too, under my awesome thing from a few weeks ago, my weighted blanket.
Oh, I'm gonna sleep in that memory foam. I'm gonna curl up. It's gonna be great. You can also find me at Blake A. Tanner on Twitter. You can find me at the Darkroom Vidya on YouTube. Hopefully we'll have our D&D series that we've been working on up. We've got a few recorded, but since Josh has been moving house and they've been getting settled,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have everything ready and set out soon. Maybe. I don't fucking know.
And-
Not my job.
And you can find me on Twitter at ScottyMo. That's SCOTTYEMO. You can buy all my books on Amazon, the Queasel Corp trilogy, BS versus the Gods. They're all available for you to check out. And speaking of checking things out, why don't you check out all the other BS Network programs online at aloadofpurebs.com, ladies and gentlemen.
Special thanks to Tom McGuire and the Brass Holes, that funky jazz band from Scotland, who has given us our intro music and outro music. Ric Flair. Ric fucking Flair. RICFLAIR, off of their album Tom McGuire and the Brass Holes.
The most appropriate theme song, I think, for us of all time.
Yes.
And, of course, make sure to remember to support us if you can, whether that be monetarily through Patreon or on our merch site, or, of course, if you can't do that, we understand, but please just leave us a review on iTunes. 5 stars would be preferred. In fact, just fucking do 5 stars. That's it. If you liked it, if you hated it, just do 5 stars, and then in the review be like, well, I didn't like this. But we love getting feedback from you guys. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can on Twitch, twitch.tv/aloadofbs, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, until next time, remember you can find Blake and me on Twitter at aloadofpurebs, except no substitutes, and we will see you next week.